Hey, it's Barbados Black, and you're watching the Disney Channel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Barbados Black. I'm actually an alternative R&B pop singer. I do a little bit of all different types of genres. I like the fusion. I like to mix different sounds. I like different elements of everything. I grew up on a bit of rock music. I grew up on a lot of soul music, like No Doubt and Mary J. Blige. I've also had my grandfather. He played a lot of instruments. He played the drums, as well as playing for a band. So I kind of always grew up around music, and it's kind of something I've always just kind of grown to my whole life. Just seeing something about the way music makes you feel, even as an early age, as a child. When you hear music, you may not always understand the meaning of the song, but you always kind of feel like you identify with the music, like the vibes of it. Just something about it pulls you in. I feel like music has a way of just being a portal, and the way that it just draws you into it just has a way of just making you feel something crazy. So, with me and my relationship with music, honestly, it's just one of the easiest ways that I feel that I can personally articulate myself. Like, I've always felt like an alien. Like, a lot of times I feel like I'm the ghost in the machine, but more like the machine and not even the ghost sometimes. A lot of times I feel like I'm almost oblivious to my own emotions. I'm so focused on getting things done that a lot of times I don't really look at the emotional state of things. So I feel like music has always been a place where I was able to express myself and able to kind of just say how I felt with art in general, I believe. It's not even just it being an outlet. It almost feels like it's able to access another part of me that I'm sometimes not even able to access myself. And I think that's what really gravitates me to the music. You know what I mean? Being in this city, especially Pittsburgh, it's been crazy. Like, you hear a lot of different things with the music industry. Some people say it's all for money. Some people say there's no more art left. And, then you have other people saying that they like everything that goes on and they think that it's perfectly fine. But honestly, being here in Pittsburgh and working on music here has actually shown me a lot. It's shown me how to be resilient. It's shown me how to build your own brand and how to stay consistent. One of the things I like about being an artist in the city is actually having so many different pockets. We have the rock pockets, we have the soul pockets, we have the hip hop scene, we have the art scene, we even have dance scenes, we have fashion scenes. And the way that if you're a good music artist, and I don't mean good in terms of actual talent or ability specifically, but good in terms of marketability and actually knowing how to sell yourself to your audience, you can actually have a pretty decent career here if you know what you're doing. One of the funniest stories, I tend to think about is a lot of people don't understand that a lot of times the way you get into the industry is not always from getting told a yes. A lot of times it's a rejection. The first show that I ever auditioned for, I was auditioning for DJ Chevy, and I believe the show was out, or at least the auditions were out, Club Insomnia. And it was my first time on the scene. It was like a few years ago, because I'm still relatively new, but it was before I even put any music out. And I had went up and I had performed. I had never performed anywhere before. And a lot of times I just posted my music online, primarily just on Instagram, doing music videos and things of that nature. And so having to apply those in real life, it was almost shell shocked for me. So I got on stage and everyone's looking at me and it's like, I'm not afraid. I wasn't nervous per se, but I guess I just didn't expect to be overtaken by all the energy. And so the performance ended up not being, I wouldn't say it was bad, but it wasn't the best performance. Like, if you've seen me perform these days, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But it was at a time before I feel like my confidence fully acquiesced on myself, at a time before I felt like I really just was like, I am Barbados. This is who I am. So long story short, after I got off the stage, I essentially didn't get picked for the show because it was an audition. And I went and I asked, what's going on? Why didn't I get picked for the show? And he was like, they will accept a lot of mediocrity from a lot of people, but from specifically R&B singers and certain artists, they want a certain level of talent. And what that did for me is it showed me that if you really wanted anything, you can't accept the first no you get. You can either do what you want to do with the constructive criticism that's given to you, but ultimately it's your choice to go forward or not. No one can tell you yes or no for you. When one door closes, another one opens. Though I didn't book that show, I immediately after got a bunch of collab offers and immediately actually started getting a lot of requests for artwork. And ever since then, I've been able to work and live off my artwork. So honestly, all rejection isn't bad. So, this is Barbados Black, saluting the 412. And anything else you want to know, just let me know. Barbados Black out.